Hi, welcome to chair yoga. You need a nice firm chair that's on a surface where the chair won't move around so that you're safe. Other than that, you just need yourself and you're ready to go. So come to a seat in your chair. You want to sit a little bit forward so you're not leaning against the back of the chair. And you want to have a nice tall spine. And then the hips sink down into the chair as the spine lengthens up towards the ceiling. Bring your attention down to your feet. Feel the feet push into the floor. The feet are pushing into the floor, and as that happens, you feel muscles engage in the legs. You draw the belly in and tighten it up. Just notice how that feels. And bring your attention to your breath. You can lower your gaze or close your eyes. You can take movement if you feel like you need movement, maybe wiggling the toes and wiggling the fingers. Getting yourself settled into the chair. Push the feet down into the floor. Draw the muscles in the belly in. It's like you're buttoning your pants and zipping them up. Allow the spine to extend towards the ceiling. Bring your attention to the tip of your nose. Begin your inhale like you're smelling a rose or something that's pretty. Maybe brownies. And then make a little shape of an O with your mouth. And blow the air out. Drawing the air in through the nose like you're smelling something nice. And then letting the air out through your lips, having lips pursed. And then control the air that's coming out, so like you're trying to flicker the flame on a candle. Drawing the air in gently through the nose. Pucker the lips and blow it out gently through the lips. Breathing in, smelling the rose. Breathing out, flickering the flame on the candle. And bring your attention to your mind. Just notice what's going on there. And bring your attention to your body, scanning the body from the top of the head down to the toes. What's going on for you right now in this moment? Don't try to change anything, just let it be just the way it is right now. And bring the attention back to the breath. Feeling the chest and the shoulder blades expand and lift on the inhale. And soften as you exhale. As you inhale, let the belly expand like you're blowing up a balloon. And then as you exhale, letting all the air back out. Two more breaths. And if your eyes are closed, slowly begin to blink them open. keeping your head still, let your gaze go over towards the right, back through center and over to the left. And try to make this movement flow without being jerky. If it feels like it's taking a lot of effort, don't look quite as far. And then bring your eyes back to center and pause. You can close your eyes and notice any sensations. Take a breath in and let it out. And slowly blink the eyes open again. This time look up towards the ceiling and down towards the floor. See how slow you can go. Again, moving with ease. Notice if there's any jerkiness or if your eyes move smoothly. And bring the eyes back to center. Close the eyes. Pause. Take a breath. Slowly blink the eyes back open. Bring one arm out in front of you. You can make a slight fist if you want with the thumb up as your focal point. You're going to be looking at your thumb, and your hand can be, or your arm can be at any elevation. You can keep it down low. You could keep it higher up, wherever it feels comfortable. Try to maintain that nice tall back with the hips sinking down. And then bring the arm out to the side, any amount. Keeping the head forward, let the eyes forward follow. And inhale back through center. Exhale, bring the arm out, following your thumb with your eyes. And inhale back through center. And one more time, following with the eyes. See how slow you can go. And exhale the hand down. And we'll move to the other side. Again, bring the hand out in front of you to the height that feels okay. And just follow the thumb as it moves out to the side. And inhale back through center. And then once again, close the eyes, bring the arms to the side and pause. Just notice how it feels. And blink the eyes back open. Again, taking the arm out in front, or you could just bend it at your side. And we're going to bring the arm out to the side and back in front. This time you can turn your body and your head. So you can make this just a movement with your head. So your head is following your hand. Or you could have some rotation through the spine, having the whole upper body twist. Or you could alternate, maybe one time the head goes back and the body stays straight. And the next time the whole body rotates. Inhale to center. And exhale, twist. And pause as you come back to center. Take a breath in. And let it out. Then extend the other arm out in front of you. You can have it bent at your side. You can extend it out longer. And begin to let the arm come out to the side and back in. Maybe the head follows. Inhale to center. Exhale, bring the arm out. Maybe bring in the whole body, rotation from the hips, rotating up through the shoulders and back to center. See if you can let the body and the breath flow together. Keeping the movement slow with the breath. One more time. And then bring the hands back to the knees. Smell something pretty. And flicker the flame. And again. And one more time. Let your left hand come down to your side and hold on to the bottom of the chair. And let the right arm come down. And reach it down towards the floor. Maybe the head comes down to the side. Maybe look down towards the floor. And inhale back through center. Switch out the hands. Hold on to the bottom of the chair. Reach down towards the floor. See where the head wants to go. Maybe it wants to look up. Maybe it wants to look down. Take a breath. Slowly inhale back through center. Switch out the hands. The shoulder is moving on the left side is moving down towards the floor as the left ear is moving away. Inhale back through center. Switch out the hands. Reach down towards the floor with your left hand. Feel space in the right side of the neck. And allow the head to turn in any way that it wants. Take 3 breaths. And inhale back through center. And pause. Take a breath in. And let it out. Bring the hands together in front of you and interlace the fingers. And squeeze from the base of the finger to the top. And then go back the other way, giving little hugs to your fingers from the bottom to the top. And then from the top to the bottom. And then pause and look at which thumb's on top and switch. Put the other thumb on top, interlacing the fingers the other way. And then once again, give the little hugs. And then with your clasped hands, make little figure 8s. You can make these little, and maybe start making them a little bit bigger. Move with your breath. You can make this as big as you want, or as little as you want, as slow as you want, or as fast as you want. Just flow with your body. Find some space and some movement. Slowly bring your hands back in front of you. And then interlace them the other way. And this time, bring the hands towards you, open up, and close them. Open and close. And this time, as you open them, turn the palms away and push away. And then bring them back in. Exhale the arms away. And inhale the arms back. 2 more times. If you want, as the arms go forward, you could lower the head and round the neck and the shoulders, finding a nice stretch through the neck and shoulders. Inhale back in. Sit up nice and tall. And exhale, push away, round the neck and shoulders. And then inhale up nice and tall. If having the hands interlaced doesn't feel good, you can separate the hands. You can also do this with the hands on the knees, moving it into more of a cat and a cow, sitting up tall, and exhale, rounding. Inhale, lift up, shine the heart forward, let the head come back if it feels comfortable, and exhale, round. Inhale, the heart shines forward, comes through, and exhale, round. I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see that I'm coming forward and rounding the back, or extending the back, and then I exhale around and pull the back back. Two more breaths like that. And then come back. Check how you're sitting in the chair. Are the feet still rooted down on the floor? The hips sinking down, the spine lengthening up. Let's push the right foot into the floor. As you bring the left foot off the floor, you can just come to the toes if you want, lifting the heel. Or you can hold the knee up higher. Or maybe you hold onto the chair and just lift the leg and hold it there. Try not to slump down. Sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, lower. And switch to the other side. Come up onto the toes. Hold on to the knee. And lower it back down. Or hold on to this chair and lift. And lower. And go to the other side. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. Keep going with your breath. And pause. Take the feet wider apart. Continue holding onto the chair if you're holding onto the chair. If you're not, hold up. Bring your hands down and hold onto the chair. And you can come up on the toes on one side and then on the other. Inhale, lift the heel and lower as you exhale. Inhale, lift the heel, exhale, lower. Or maybe you go back to lift the leg and lower it down. Just notice how it feels with the legs wider apart compared to when they were close together. Using a little bit different muscles. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. And then pause. Bring the hands to the knees and we'll go back to that cat and cow. So you're rounding as you exhale. And then as you inhale, draw the chest forward, lift the head. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Feel the arch the back. Inhale. Exhale, round. And inhale. Stretching up. Feel that stretch through the front of the neck. And then come back to center. Exhale, extend one leg out in front of you. Lift the foot up. Turn the foot out to the side. And make little circles one way. And you can hold on to the chair if you want. Try to keep that nice tall spine. And then circle the other way. Maybe make figure eights. If you're going one direction, see if you can go the other. It's good to challenge the mind. And bring the leg back down to the floor. Take a breath in. And let it out. Check the posture again. Feet pushing into the floor. Tummy engaged. So the muscles of the core are engaged. The spine is nice and tall. Inhale, lift the other foot. Point and flex. Make little circles. Make circles the other way. And maybe make the figure eights. And after going one way for a while, try going the other. And then bring the foot back down to the floor. Take a breath in. And let it out. And we're going to do some foot exercises. And you can do these in your chair. Or you can stand up. If you have another chair, you could bring the other chair in to work with you. So either seated or standing, we're going to lift our one heel off the floor, coming up onto the toes. So you have like a Barbie doll foot. I'm going to move my other foot out of the way so you can kind of see a little bit better. So the ball of my foot's pushing down on the floor. And I'm feeling the ball of the foot. You can rock a little bit side to side, getting some movement through the ankle. And then come up onto the toe tips. So you feel the tip with the toes. And again, you could do a little rocking side to side, getting movement through the ankle, side to side, gentle. And feeling the tips of your toes. We don't do that very often. And then roll over the toes. So you're getting a stretch through the whole front of the foot. And if I was in the chair, I could be doing that same thing. And then we'll roll back over, back to the tips of the toes, to the ball of the foot, and then put the whole foot down on the floor. And we'll switch to the other side, to the other foot. Lift the heel on the other foot, so you feel the ball of the foot. Put some weight in it. And again, you could rock side to side. So I'm just rocking side to side, getting movement through the ankle. Then I come up onto the tips of the toes. Feel the tips of the toes pushing into the surface and rocking side to side. And then roll over the top of the foot. Feeling the stretch through the front of the toes, through the front of the foot, up the front of the calf, along the shin bone. If you're seated, make sure you're still sitting tall. If you're standing, put the weight into that standing leg. Feel nice and tall. And then we'll roll back over again. Go back to the tip of the toes, to the ball of the foot, back down to the heel. Take a breath in and let it out. And then if you have two chairs, you could stand between your two chairs. If you have one chair, that's fine too. We're gonna sit into a squat, like you're sitting into a chair. If you're in a chair, you're gonna come into more of a seat, and you could come up and back down. If you have a piece of furniture in front of you, you could hold on to it. Or if you're standing, you come into your squat and breathe. Take a breath in and let it out. And then inhale, rise back up. We're going to do some forward bends. So you can do that in the chair, or you can do it standing up. From the chair, you want to make sure that your feet are planted and into the ground. Belly is tight, spine is long. And you could walk down onto the elbows. You could let the hands slide down. If you have something that's in front of you, a table or an ottoman, you could place your hands on that, coming into your forward fold. From standing, bring the hands down to the chair. You could walk your hands down the chair until you find that stretch that feels good in your body. My legs are straightish. You want to have some knee bend, but you could have a lot of bend in the knee. You don't have to have the knee straight. Just finding that place where you feel some stretch through the back of your body that feels nice. Take 3 long, slow breaths. And wherever you are, walk the hands back up the legs. Coming back to standing or seated. Take a breath in and let it out. And from standing or seated, inhale the arms up, and you could stop them of any height. And exhale the arms down. Bring the hands back to the knees, coming into your forward fold. And if you were standing, it would look like this. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, walk the hands up to the legs or to the hips and slowly rise back to standing or seated. Take a breath in and let it out. We'll go back into chair pose. So from standing, sinking your hips back, feeling the heels, lengthening the spine. If you're in your chair, leaning forward, maybe bringing the arms forward or just to heart center. Add in a little extra rise by taking the hips out of the chair and then back down. And now we'll come into our forward fold. So in the chair, walking your hands down the chair. If you're sitting in the chair, walking your hands down your legs. Take a breath in and let it out. And one more time. And then walk your hands up the chair, up your legs, coming back to seated or standing. Take a breath in and let it out. And then if you're standing, take your legs wider apart next to the chair. If you're seated, take your right leg out to the sides and your left knee is forward. We're going to come into a side bend. So in the chair, coming down to your elbow, your hand can stay on your hip, could rest on the side of your head, or reach across. If you're standing, you're turning your right toes towards the chair. You're bending into the knee and coming into the side stretch. Take 3 breaths. And inhale back up. And then exhale back into the side stretch. Inhale back up. And exhale to side stretch. Inhale back up. And turn the toes back to the side of the mat. We're going to do the pose on the other side. So if you're standing, your left toes go towards your chair. You bend into the left knee. If you're seated, you turn the legs the other way. Coming down onto the elbow. Hand can come to the hip. Whether you're seated or standing, you could let it rest on your head, or you can reach over with the palm down towards the floor. Take 3 breaths. And then inhale back up. And exhale back into the side stretch. Inhale back. Exhale into the stretch. And one more time. Inhale up. Exhale into the side stretch. And inhale back up. If you're standing, bring your legs back together. If you're seated, bring the knees and the legs back together. Take a deep breath in. Inhale, reach up. Exhale to chair pose. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale into your forward fold. Walk the hands up the body. Inhale back to seated. Take a breath in and let it out. Inhale, reach up, stay in your chair, or if you're standing, you're inhaling up. You're exhaling to chair. Take a breath. And then exhale into forward fold. Hands on the back of the chair or on the seat, maybe on the rung. Maybe you found more range of motion and your hands come down to the floor. And then slowly bring the hands back up the legs to the hips. Rise back up. Take a breath in and let it out. If you're standing, take your feet wide again. Turn the left toes towards the chair. If you're seated, your left knee goes out to the side. You can straighten out your leg if you want, both in the chair and in standing pose. Coming into triangle. So in triangle, you can be walking your hand down the chair. The hand can stay on the hip, or you can reach it over. Take 3 breaths. If you're seated in the chair, look the same. Be careful not to place your hand on your knee. You don't want to put any stress there. And inhale back through center. Bring your legs back and extend the leg over the other direction, extending the leg long. If you're standing, you're switching to the other leg. So then your right leg would come forward, bending into the knee and straightening it out and reaching over. Take 3 breaths. Inhale back through center. Bring the knee back together, or if you're standing, bring your legs together. Take a nice breath in and blow it out. Then we'll go back to our feet. So if you can sit back in your chair if you're standing. And once again, we'll come up and over. This time maybe doing both feet together since we're seated. Just getting some more range of motion. Notice if it feels any different now that we've taken some movement through the feet and the rest of the body. Pause. Put both feet down on the floor. Feel them push into the floor. Notice what happens to the rest of the body. You feel the legs engage. And draw the belly in just lightly, like you're buttoning your pants and zipping them up. Feel the spine extending towards the ceiling. Take a breath in and blow it out. Take the right arm or right hand to the outside of your left knee. And the other hand can hold on to the side of the chair. Or maybe you reach back for the back of the chair, coming into a twist. The head can look over the shoulder. Take 3 breaths. Inhale back through center, and we'll switch to the other side, left hand to right knee. The other hand can rest on this, hold on to the seat of the chair, or reach back for the back of the chair. Find that place where you want to be for your twist. And then as you inhale, feel the length in the spine. And as you exhale, maybe you find a little more room to twist. 3 more breaths. And inhale, slowly come back to center. Take a breath in and let it out. One more time, we'll come into our forward fold. So maybe coming down onto the knees, letting the head and the shoulders round. Or if you want, walking your hands down your legs. Take a breath in and let it out. Walk the hands back up the legs. Come back to seated. Take a breath in and a breath out. And then we'll come forward in our chair, sitting on the edge, holding on to the back of the chair. And you're letting the chest move through the shoulders and shine the heart forward. The head can stay upright, or you can lift through the chin. Look up with the eyes. Breathe. And you don't have to hold the back of the chair. You could be holding on to the seat of the chair. Bring them back through center. Take a breath in. And let it out. Then we'll do another side stretch. Holding on to the seat of the chair. Put your hand, go onto the side of your body. And you can walk it up the side, finding more stretch. And then lower it back down. Bring your attention to that top arm. Inhaling it up and exhaling it down. Let the head go in any direction that it wants to go. And come back to seated. And that arm that you were just moving up and down, let it go hang and go around in circles. Try to keep the spine nice and long. And then circle around in the other way. And then hold on to the chair. And come into your side stretch. And once you find that place where you want to hang out, slowly bring the arm up and down. Inhaling up. And exhaling down. And the next time your arm comes down, come back up. And let the hand hang from the shoulder, making circles one way. Making circles the other way. Pause. Check the posture again. The feet pushing into the floor. The sits bones sinking down into the chair as the spine lengthens up towards the ceiling. And then we'll bring our toe over towards our foot, letting the knee fall out to the side. You can keep your stay right like this, or maybe you bring the leg up higher. Or maybe you cross the ankle over the knee. You can stay right where you are, or you can begin to lean forward, coming into a forward fold. It feels nice in your body. So then maybe your ankle's over your knee. Maybe your foot's on the side of the leg, and if that's the case, you might want to hold onto it to help it stay there. Or it's resting on the floor and the knees out to the side. Take 3 long, slow breaths. And slowly straighten out the spine and unwind the leg, bringing both feet back flat on the floor. Take a breath in and let it out. And then we'll switch to the other side. So bringing the toes over and the base of the foot against the other foot. Or maybe bringing it a little bit higher and hold it on. Or bringing the ankle over the knee. Straighten the spine and lead with the heart as you hinge forward until you find a stretch, a tug, a pull in your body where you want to hang out for some time. Bring your attention to your breath. Let the muscles soften. Find space in your body. Two more long, slow breaths. And slowly come up halfway. Take a breath. Come all the way up. Take another breath. Unwind the legs. We'll move into our final relaxation. You could move down onto the floor, into a comfortable chair, or onto your sofa. Maybe you grab a pillow to put behind you so that you can sit comfortably. And you can now scoot back in the chair and let the back support you. Lower your gaze or close your eyes. Let your arms and your hands rest where they're comfortable. Bring your attention to the top of your head. Scanning your face, your forehead, your eyebrows, your eyes. Are they soft and relaxed? Is there anything you can do to soften them a little bit more? Relax the jaw, the teeth. Notice the neck and the shoulders. Sometimes there's little adjustments you can make to make them more comfortable. Notice the arms and the fingers and the hands. Feel the breath as it moves in and out of the body. Relax the belly and the hips, the thighs and the knees, the calves, the ankles, the feet. Wiggle the toes. And slowly let your attention go to your breath, watching it as it flows in and out. Breathing in, feeling nourished. Breathing out, relaxing deeply inside. You can stay like this for as long as you want. It's good after you've had movement to allow the body to rest so the muscles can have time to re-energize, to get stronger. Gives the brain time to assimilate all the movements that you were making. Then when you're ready, begin with small little movements, gently waking yourself back up, wiggling fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Allow yourself any movements that would feel good, yawning and stretching. And then once again, sit up nice and tall. Lower the gaze down towards the floor. Close your eyes. And give yourself this time just to notice how you feel now that you've completed your practice. Do you feel any different than you did at the beginning of class? What do you notice? Bring the hands to the heart center. Lower the head down towards the heart, connecting the heart and the mind, feeling a length in the back of the neck. Maybe thinking of a few things that bring you joy or that you're grateful for. And then gently bring the head back up. We'll take 3 breaths. Breathing in like we're smelling something nice. And then purse the lips, blowing out, flicker the candle. And again. And one more time. Thank you for joining me, allowing me to guide you through your chair yoga practice. I hope you have a wonderful day and find more ease of movement and clarity of mind. Namaste.